it's Breland here. Don't forget to subscribe to become an official glitter critter. Did you know that there are so many things you should never do on your period? Post a comment below and let me know what the worst accident was you have ever had on your period. I have to say it was my first period. If you want to hear that entire story, I'll be sure to post the link to that story in the description below. I did a story time of my first period. So the first thing that you should never do when you're on your period is skip out on camping because you're afraid a bear is going to smell your menstrual blood. You can totally go camping. This is a myth. I really don't feel like going camping on my period because camping is already torture enough for me. Number 2, this is something that I had to learn the hard way. Never wear a panty liner or a pad swimming. I was young when I did this and I just remember all the beads inside of the pad filled up and it exploded like all in the pool. It was the most embarrassing thing. It was bad. So yes, make sure you never wear a pad. Always wear a tampon. The next thing you should never do is never think it's okay to use PMS as a reason to be mean to people. I have extreme PMS. I try to stay away from everyone whenever I'm having PMS because my anger is really bad towards them. They annoy me so much. And I do let them know, like my immediate family, I say, hey, I'm PMSing right now. Don't come into my room or I will kill you. No big deal, right? Yeah, just try to control that. Never assume calories don't count. Calories still count when you're on your period. I know you're probably thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, my stomach's gonna be so flat. It gives me a golden ticket to eat whatever because I'm losing all of this blood, I'm losing calories, I'm losing the bloating, so it's totally okay to eat that bag of potato chips. Which leads me to my next thing that you should never do on your period. Segue! The next thing you should never do on your period is binge on salty food. Salty food is just gonna make you feel even more bloated than you already are, and it's also gonna make you look bloated and you're gonna feel really lethargic and you already don't want to do anything because you're on your period. So this is really important that you try to eat like fruits and vegetables, really healthy food. Try to stay away from fast food, high sodium food, all the really good stuff like potato chips. You should never get waxed when you're on your period. Now the reason you should never do this is because you are more likely to feel pain a lot more intensely because your estrogen levels are low, which decreases your pain tolerance. So whenever they rip the hair out of your skin, it's gonna hurt so bad. Never forget you're on your period. So I do this all the time. Whenever I forget I'm on my period is normally as soon as I get out of the tub, and I will go to like dry myself down there and then I will look at the towel and it looks like Merry Christmas. It's like, hello, I'm still here. How are you? Another thing you should never do when you're on your period is go to bed without a tampon or a pad. This is not a good idea. Even if your period is slowing down, there's a huge possibility it can come back with a vengeance. This has happened to me before. Like, I'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm free and clear, it's over. And then all of a sudden, I will feel this whoosh down there. And oh my gosh, I have to completely change and it is not good. Another thing you should never do when you're on your period is watch really sad movies like Titanic or The Notebook. I know some of us out there love to torture ourselves during this time, and it's also like that time of the month where you have like the most intense emotions. But I recommend you do not do this because if you do have a partner in life and you live with them and they are like sitting there in a corner in a fetal position like afraid of you because you're crying, and they're afraid to say anything because you may bite their head off or something, it's just not good. It can make everyone around you miserable, including yourself. I know this one should be totally obvious, but if you're new to your period, you may not have thought of this. Never wear really light colored or white pants when you're on your period. It's just gonna make it so much worse whenever it leaks onto the back of your pants and you totally embarrass yourself. So wear really dark clothing, like wear blue jeans, like dark wash blue jeans, wear black pants on your period, or you can even wear a skirt. Never skip the gym because this is really just gonna make your overall body feel better. It will help reduce aches and pains, and also it's gonna help reduce your cramps. The next thing you should never do when you're on your period is drink milk and eat dairy. The reason being is milk actually contains arachidonic acids. These acids actually cause cramps. So by drinking milk and dairy, you are just making your cramps worse. Never avoid changing your pad or your tampon. Because first of all, this is bad hygiene, girls. Don't do that. Second of all, you could possibly smell. Third of all, it can cause you to get like a diaper rash or a yeast infection. You don't want a yeast infection on your period. It's not fun. I've had it before. Yes, I can admit that. It was hell. You need to change your pad or your tampon every 3 to 4 hours. Another thing you should never do is stay up all night when you're on your period. Not getting sleep is just gonna make your symptoms even worse. How much worse can you feel on your period, right? So make sure you get that sleep. Another thing you should never do when you're on your period, never post negative things on social media, because later on you will probably regret it so much. So try not to mean tweet when you're on your period, because the people around you are really just gonna be like, oh my gosh, what is wrong with this person? This time of the month you're more likely to say what you're thinking, and that's not always a good thing, so be careful. So let me know in the comments what the worst accident was you ever had when you were on your period. And also, don't forget to subscribe to become an official Glitter Critter. So I thank you so much for watching and have a glitterful day. Bye.